Alright, and we're back, so continuing on where we left off. I'm still going on this passageway. Now for this skeleton right here, I'm going to show you how the soul remains work. The soul remains, once again, are those items dropped by the skeletons. And what you can do is kind of bait the skeleton into moving to favorable position so you can attack him with low risk. Here we go. Get him to be a little more aggressive. And you can chain the souls along so that you can finally get him to come after you here on the same the same area where you just fought the other skeleton. They do like a 3-hit combo. He kind of just kept attacking there. But if you keep moving, those mana rays aren't going to really hit you. If you're having a really difficult time, it might be worth it to try to hit them with a bow. But just beware, when you're locked onto them, very easy to misstep and roll off the roll off the edge. Go through another fog gate. Get some couple more items here. If you drop down onto this plank, you can actually get another item over here, which is a grave robber's ring. And now what that is, it's a cloak ring, but it's for black phantoms. Very good to have if you're playing online. If you get invaded by a PK, you can equip that, and you can go stealth mode as the opponent tries to find you and set up where you want to engage him at. You just have to make sure that if you have any weapon enchants or buffs that light you up, they will still be able to see that. I don't have any on right now, but if you were to say, there's a couple of magics you can do that will. So that was a crystal gecko right there. He dropped some dark moonstone. That's actually used to create the crescent stat, which is the magic based weapon and mana regeneration, like that falchion that we got earlier in the level. Falcon. I'm not sure if the H is silent on that. Falcon. But to complete my thought, there are a couple of things you can read online about how stealth works in PvP, but that ring is probably the one situation you're gonna want to use that for. And here's the final baddie of the level. It's a good idea to get him to come up, because the rocks here on the side may impede your movement. So once you get him all the way up here, you have a little bit more space to fight with him. As long as you don't get caught by that double slice attack, you should be okay. And then so down here you have the boss of 4-1, which is the Adjudicator. The best thing to do is to start to drop down to his level. He reminds me kind of like the Pokemon Lickitung or something. He's got this massive tongue that he'll hit you with if you don't drop down. His namesake is also the shield that you get earlier in the level. And so if you try to hit him, he's actually your attacks just bounce off. But if you hug his weapon side, just like the Vanguard, he has a difficult time hitting you. It's just a matter of avoiding a strike. But right here, if you lock on, you can see he has like this blade that's stuck in him. And what you want to do is you want to damage that. And what that will do, it'll cause him to fall down. At which point you can hit, they call it the golden crow, but it's like his little, it's this little bird that tells him what to do, I guess. It's kind of funny. But if you come in here with a magical weapon, you should have an easy go at it. Oh, see, the only problem is that sometimes he'll block you in because he takes up so much space on the bottom level here. And that'll do it for the adjudicator. Not too shabby. And then you get a swollen demon soul. And that's it. There are a couple of items that you can get in this room after you defeat him. I usually wait to get them afterwards. Just because you don't want to. If you're doing this earlier in the game and you don't have the same weapons I do or the same hit points, it's very easy to get killed like in 2 hits by him, especially his ranged attacks. What do I want to do next? I think actually what I'm going to do, I'm going to run a little bit into 4-2. This is the next area. You can get a couple of items right here. As long as you have to be very careful not to fall off. If you align your camera correctly and take baby steps, you can still, man, it's still very close. Make sure I have a certain item. That's alright. We're still going to do this. Now, if you go to the Nexus and come back, oh, somehow Grave Robber Blige made it up here while we were fighting the boss. He has a lot of the same stuff. Now he sells the Dark Moonstone as well as the Cloud Stone. Couple of basic items. One thing he does sell, if you're making a range build, he has a lot of the different arrows: light arrow, fire arrow, holy arrow. So if you're gonna go that avenue, it's a good idea to buy better arrows than the stock arrows. So in this room, what you have is, you have like this Grim Reaper guy who's doing a ritual, and then there ends up being like these ghostly apparitions that will, you can see them by the points on their head, but they'll continue spawning as long as that Grim Reaper is alive. So if you drop down and take the Grim Reaper out early, the only thing with him is that he's very resistant to magical attacks, and he does quite a bit of magical damage with his projectile attack. But if you're aggressive enough, you can keep him from casting it and take him out. Very good technique is to farm him, because once you kill him, all his little spawnlings, those ghosts, will despawn, and you get all the souls as if you had killed them. He also rarely drops a war scythe, and he drops dark crescent, or dark cloudstone, dark moonstone. So instead of buying them off of the grave robber Blige, I usually just will farm him. Now you have some Augites of Guidance that lead you into this corridor, and a new NPC that's hanging out. That's what the Adjudicator shield looks like when it's equipped. So reminds me kind of like a twink guy in the game. Like he has some of the nicer gear of the NPCs you meet.
Oh, the demons haven't got to you, have they? I'm in luck. You see that pit? It's filled with treasure. But I can't get to it myself. Go on, have a look. It's more riches than I've ever dreamed of. That's it. That pit just there. Go on, get a little closer.
Oh, obviously he seems very trustworthy, so let's go ahead and look into this pit right here.
Don't hold it against me, eh? Take your time, starving to death. Then I'll sell every last trinket off your corpse.
Oh, wow. Well, the first thing you notice is that there's another NPC in here when you get down. Let's go ahead and talk to him.
Heavens! Did you fall for that little devil's trap? Well, I did the same. He fooled me, and now I am stuck here. The reverberations seem to suggest that we are connected to the outside. But dark, fearsome souls stand between us and freedom. But have no fear. God will cleanse us of evil. Pray with me. Umbasa.
Alright, so this is actually Saint Urbane. He's the priest in the Nexus. He's the guy they were talking about. And you have to free him in order to start unlocking miracle spells that you turn in with demon souls. But as he said, there's an enemy right here blocking the exit. And what it is, it's a Black Phantom version. It is an NPC, but he's dual wielding katanas. So this will be one of your first experiences in the game, dealing with these pseudo hostile invaders. Easily took him out with my magic damage. He can be pretty nasty if you let him combo on you. But he drops a chunk of Dark Moonstone and a Black Eye Stone, and that's actually the item you use to invade other worlds. And then now that you've opened the doorway out of here, you can go back and talk to Saint Urbane.
Oh, it's you. Did you cleanse the world of another dark soul today? God has chosen you, and for that we are thankful. Umbasa.
Alright, so now he's free to
God has chosen you,
to meet you back in the Nexus. Another thing to note here is that this item on top of this stone you can't get, but once you get perfect White World tendency, that corpse will actually be on the ground here, and it's lootable. We'll do that later. But that'll about wrap it up for this video. I'm just gonna go ahead. I'm not gonna do this level yet because I wanna turn a soul into the Saint Urbane and get my first miracle and start showing you how those work.
You. Hey, look, I'm really sorry. I didn't mean what I said. Well, I mean, a man's got to make a living, right? Here, look. I can make up for it. There aren't many humans like us. We need to stick together. I know. Here, take this as a token of my friendship.
So he kind of eats his own words. You can kill him, but we're not going to do that quite yet. So he'll actually appear in the Nexus as well. But that's about the time we have. So in the next video, we're going to continue on with the New World.